the mineral count. He is racking in 1,600 with those mules and the high yield. He is definitely harvesting, and
Yeah, I'm
actually,
actually a little bit confused as to where all Darkmaster's income is going because he doesn't have that many minerals, but he hasn't produced that many units either, and he hasn't bothered to get an expansion yet. So I don't know where all those funds have been going.
yeah, I mean, Vikings aren't the most expensive unit, but they
Sorry, I'm
definitely
not
aren't cheap.
Wingnut, Darkmaster. Sorry, getting my names
Uh,
crossed there.
I mean, carriers and
That is true, but
motherships.
he doesn't have all that many of them at this point. He only has three carriers and a
Ooh,
handful
he's
of void rays.
getting those void rays actually separated from the army. He's got ooh, really good whatever you want to the vortex there, actually trapping all those units. This Zergling actually is just chilling here, burrowed, not even doing really anything. All these units are now going to start coming back out. Definitely, I don't think this army is going to live. There's even reinforcements, especially with a lot of these Marines. He's definitely just got to keep his units burrowed, or not burrowed, Jesus.
Alive.
Cloaks. But these Vikings now finally coming into use as they can pretty much destroy anything in the sky. They do so much damage and they're really fast, so they can start doing a ton of damage. Even an EMP going off there, sossening up these carriers a little bit more,
EMP
and there goes
always
the
a
last
good call.
carrier. So I'm
Yeah, so
actually
due
gonna
to
look.
all those carriers there, losing the mothership is going to be a huge blow against him, and just losing that entire army, really, he doesn't have that many forces left at this point. So Darkmaster not in a good position, and I think we probably will see him finally get taken out at some point. I mean, the way I say that, it sounds like I hate him. Don't hate the player, just he's been holding on here for a very long time, and really I'm surprised nobody has put an end to him yet.
Yeah, we do have actually a Baneling minefield here, so I really
Ooh.
want to see some units go over that. I think that would be really funny, and what would be even funnier if they just go around it.
That
So
would be
these
pretty funny.
Baneling, actually, some more Banelings morphing in here, but they do see those Vikings going overhead. They are going to see that expansion that just actually did get taken out. So not a ton going on. Those workers wisely did burrow. You definitely just don't want to waste those workers. And actually a ton of units coming in here. That Baneling minefield did go off, but the pathing actually separated the army into two halves. So actually
Saved
didn't
him
do
a
too
little
many
bit there, yeah.
do too much damage. I'm really surprised to see how he's going to come back here. I don't think he's going to be able to stay in this. FlashDave here, I think, has seen his days, and they are pretty numbered, loading up these dropships, and he does have a lot, actually making a huge little, like, group there. As actually, again, is not going to go and finish him off. Another drop with Zerglings is formidable. Actually, not going to happen. He's just going to end up dropping the Zerglings in his base.
A
And
little disappointed with that.
Wingnut is going to start going in, not going to see an expansion on this low ground. And just really, I think this right here is going to be the end for Darkmaster. So actually, really, I think definitely Wingnut is in a really strong position. Here comes a couple Zerglings, actually going to catch a ton of SCVs out in the open, but not going to pursue them as they were going to go do actually quite a bit of damage, but in the end they didn't. So, just, I mean, a lot of carnage going on here. These two Immortals are going to go down pretty quickly, especially with those Marines here. And I'm surprised he actually hasn't dropped these Vikings again after he took out all the air. Just do a little more damage. So definitely Darkmaster is out of this game. Don't see him coming back from this. Even these two carriers here, they just don't have anything to shoot at this point as they've run out of interceptors. And so, I mean, I think FlashDave did a ton of damage, but just the Terran was just easily walled in. Actually, these Void Rays are going to take out this command center before anything happens to it. So, getting a final, like, remark there. And he's actually going to work on that planetary fortress, and I think he's actually going to get it. So, trying to kind of help out his buddy here, as now FlashDave is now sort of his ally, as he was taken out by this big Marine Marauder bomb.
Yeah, so it does look like Wingnut probably going to win, although all these Zerglings rushing in might be able to do a little bit of damage, but I think he is in a pretty comfortable position at this point. I think it's fairly safe to say that Darkmaster is out of this game. He has nothing left. He has one Nexus with nobody mining at it. He's done.
Alright, quick point that I must throw out here. No player has an expansion that is running at this point.
Oh.
So if we look at income, the only one that's actually making anything is FlashDave. That's because he's long distance mining these, and actually these carriers are going to kind of nullify that. Actually, they're gonna go back and not, and they were gonna chase that Marine Marauder ball. So actually, Day, I I think he's in a pretty
Yeah.
good position. Wingnut has 0 minerals, and he just has this floating orbital command. And actually, a ton of these SCVs are getting picked off. He's going to lose almost all of these, as he has nothing to deal with this. Oh my god, I don't know. Oh man, if we look at the units tab at this point, Wingnut does have 14 Marauders, 8 Vikings, 14 Marines, and 1 Raven on the field, but he only has 8 SCVs left.
And he actually just lost an entire dropship full of units to a carrier there. Looks like he's almost losing another one, just barely gets away. He does drop a few units to try to stall it, so he is actually not doing quite as well as I thought he was. Looks like he just put too much focus into this attack here, and then he lost focus of defending his base and paid dearly for it.
Yeah, so Darkmaster does leave the game right there. I mean, even after that, I definitely think Wingnut's in a pretty good position still. Just because now he can secure this, even with those 8 SCVs that he does have left, and he can start mining again. And I don't think that. Oh, and actually, just FlashDave leaving the game there, just kind of giving up hope there. Just didn't really have anything to deal, even with these really small amount of units. Oh man, that was such a good game.
Yeah, that was truly incredible. Normally, free for all like that, like you said earlier, is just one player attacks the other, they both take some damage, and then the player who wasn't involved comes out and wrecks them both. But that is not at all what happened here. We just saw crazy fighting going on all across the map. Nobody was really clearly dominant for a long time. Everybody was just doing so much back and forth, and in the end, it did come out in Wingnut's favor, although really, unlike in a lot of free-for-alls where that's just, oh, they were lucky and didn't get attacked, I think that did come down to an incredible amount of skill on his part.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think what separates this from a normal free-for-all that you do see is, yes, the Terran would, like, attack the Zerg and take out an expansion, but then he wouldn't go and just finish off the Zerg, because he needs that Zerg to stay in the game, because he just couldn't let someone like Darkmaster then mass up in his base. So he would go take out an expansion and then go attack the Darkmaster and make sure he didn't mess up. And then
It's actually
like
a very good strategy,
attack.
just trying to whittle both opponents down evenly, playing very smart here.
Yeah, so just the combination of all these players not actually going and killing off like the other players, like completely destroying them, because in a free-for-all you do need those other players to help, as if you go kind of complex, but if you go and like take out one of your opponents, you've left all that time and lost a lot of your army killing them, while the one person that you wasn't getting attacked can just mass up.
Yeah, so normally I think a lot of players don't really like free-for-alls just because they tend to be fairly arbitrary. It's whoever gets attacked first is going to be at a disadvantage. But in this game, we saw all of the players playing very smart. It was a very tactical game. And I think this is an example of when free-for-alls can be very exciting and very fun to watch. I certainly enjoyed that. And I do take a little bit of comfort in knowing that if there is ever a giant intergalactic battle like this, the humans will be the victors.
Yes, indeed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I had a ton of fun casting this one. This is Hugh StarCraft,
And NS.
bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary.